And today we're blessed to have one of those servant leaders here as our guest parade speaker. He's a man who has devoted himself to serving others, and most recently, as you heard, took the point with Representative Rusty Kidd and shepherded through giving the opportunity for this school to be able to give a 4-year college degree to the technical college graduates of Georgia who wanted to pursue and move on. Representative Kidd is the epitome of that servant leader. And recognizing and working that degree, he saw that it would be necessary to go from an independent status to having somebody in the majority of the political party up there in Atlanta, and he called on Representative Bubber Epps, who graciously immediately accepted that and partnered with them and moved that degree through for the school. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, let me give a warm welcome, join me, and give a warm welcome to Representative Bubber Epps.
Let me begin by saying thank you, Gentleman, Mrs. Caldwell, Chairman and Mrs. Rowe, my good friend Rusty Kidd, and all the honored platform guests. It is an honor for my wife and myself to be with you this morning at this historic institution. On this campus, where your functional regimen of purpose is achieved due to a structure of leadership. And then following on what your cadet narrators have said as far as identifying servant leadership, I want to examine briefly this term leadership, but in the relatively new concept of a servant leader. And I'm sure we all have in our lives known of or identified servant leaders. I think one of the perhaps best known universally would be Truett Cathy, founder of the world acknowledged Chick-fil-A restaurant chain. Mr. Cathy described a servant leader as someone who is dedicated to helping others no matter their circumstance or situation. The goal of education in life, I think, has been perfectly summarized in the following statement. The final product of education must neither be a psychologist nor a brick mason, but a man. And to make men, we must have ideals. Ideals that are broad and pure and have inspiring ends of living. And I personally identify with this quote and this summarization. Firstly, as a former educator and a retired contractor, both of these were my life before pursuing public office. And secondly, in my career in public service, has highlighted the importance of serving others and thinking beyond personal gain. In this career as a public servant, I've been able to realize that our higher ideals are essential to any degree of success. So this morning, we stand on the grounds of an institution that I think is dedicated to these ideals to signify and exemplify this type of leadership, that of a servant leader, as evidenced by the awards that we just made to the Cadet Corps and your faculty involved. Servant leadership, I think, inspires and encourages individuals to see these inspiring ends of living that we just identified earlier. And as a servant leader, we are charged to pursue the ideals of patriotism, nobility, freedom, love of our neighbors, and a compassion for others. And these ideals are those that lift us up. Being lifted up by no means a small task in a country that tends to look inward. And when I say looking inward, what comes to mind, or what do you think I'm referring to? The creation of an atmosphere of being self-absorbed, which impacts our ability to look outward. Missing the opportunity to look outward. We miss the opportunity to notice people. These people may be our classmates or our teammates. It could be our co-workers, even our family and friends, and oftentimes people we don't know or even have a relationship with. But servant leadership encourages us to consider and to work for those people, to pursue higher goals and ideas that stokes our compassion, which ignites a passion to work for others. General Caldwell has mentioned, for the last 10 years I've been charged with listening to the people of my district as an elected state representative. I have heard and attempted to resolve their fears, encourage their hopes, and listen to their concerns. I have joined in passing legislation with my colleagues that I believe has minimized their concerns. And I have celebrated the best and the brightest among them and their accomplishments that, in my opinion, are beyond belief. Some examples: I've witnessed children and youth fundraising thousands of dollars for causes that doesn't touch their lives personally. I am humble and grateful for veterans who have made the ultimate sacrifice for a generation they will never meet. And I have seen citizen leaders rally around a variety of causes and purposes and join with the legislative body in supporting and passing legislation that saves the lives of people that they will never know personally. So servant leadership is about listening. It's about looking outward. And you have honored me today by allowing me to join with you in this celebration of these highest ideals with the best among us. Let me bring this to a conclusion as we move forward in this program with a quote from Robert K. Greenleaf. And Mr. Greenleaf is credited with initiating the servant leadership concept. And I quote, "True leadership emerges from those whose primary motivation is a deep desire to help others. It's easy to teach servants how to lead, but it's more difficult to teach leaders how to serve. So I challenge you, find the servant leadership inside you, and you'll be able and you'll serve your community in ways you never imagined possible. Let me thank you on behalf of my wife and myself for allowing us to be with you this morning. We ask that God continue to bless each and every one of you, and that God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.